Hello, class. Buenos días, clase. Today is April 6th, 2020. All right, let's begin. A couple of things. First, I just want to thank you guys for getting back to me as far as feedback for the class. I'm going to make a couple of announcements as far as changes are going to go starting this week. It's not many changes. I'm going to try to keep it consistent, but basically, I'm going to try to make the videos a little shorter. I think the videos have been a little long. I've been thinking that as well. So I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna try my best to make them a little shorter. I'm gonna also try to take into account that a lot of the information that I put in the videos will be on assessments, but I will modify the assessments a little bit based on what we are able to cover in the videos. So just make sure you know that the videos will be a little shorter, but I'm hoping that you guys are practicing at home whatever we study and whatever we practice in the videos here today and in the lessons. All right. Also, thank you guys so much. I have some really good comments. I see a lot of you guys like the classes, you like the worksheets. So that's the second thing. I'm going to continue to assign these worksheets, but they're optional. They will continue to be optional. But I see that a lot of you, it's helped a lot of you. So I'm going to keep posting them for you guys. Okay. All right. So today, let's start with a date. Hoy es, repeat after me. Ready? 6 de abril, año 2020. Very good. Try to do it by yourself. Go. All right. It should sound like 6 de abril, año 2020. Our objectives today, students will be able to continue learning descriptive words for people, and today we're going to include some things in the classroom. Do now. Describe your pet. If you don't have a pet, you can describe a best friend, okay? In Spanish. So go ahead and do that. Ready, go. Okay. That could have sounded something like, for example, I have a dog and her name is Mia. So I could say something like, Mia es graciosa. Mia es bonita. And Mia is, I would say, Mia is cómica. She really is. She's funny. She's cómica. So hopefully you had some fun with that one. And what I would like you to do before we begin the lesson, if you haven't done so already, I want you to prepare for the lesson by either taking out your graphic organizers so that you can take notes as we go through the words, or if you want to take out a notebook and wherever you took the notes for the last lesson, so you can write down the vocabulary. I understand that I give you guys the vocabulary list. You can also use that and go along with it, highlight the words. But it's a good idea, and I keep stressing this. I'm going to keep stressing it, that taking notes as we go through the lesson will help you to understand and will help you to practice the words better. All right. I understand that you already have the words in English and Spanish, but the act of actually taking the notes is you pretty much studying as you're learning the words. Okay. So just trust me on that one. It's one of those things that I really encourage students to do, because right now you're not going to see the effect or the outcome, but you're going to see it a lot when we get to the grammar. Okay? So, with that said, the directions for today. Watch today's lesson. Today we're going to continue chapter 1. This is the second part of the vocabulary. I want you to study your vocabulary words for 5 to 10 minutes because tomorrow you're going to have your first exit ticket. I'm going to post it here so you know tomorrow, okay? You guys are going to have, and I'll explain it more tomorrow, but basically at the end of tomorrow's lesson, I would like you to take your first formative assessment. It's going to be called an exit ticket. I'm going to assign it tomorrow, and I'm going to give you guys about a week to do it, all right? Or until the weekend. You will see it right here in this little corner. If you have any questions, let me know, okay? Should be pretty straightforward. All right. And then I have the vocab worksheet for you to do if you want to, optional, okay? Let's begin the lesson. So let me get this ready. And ¿quiénes son? Who are they? ¿Quiénes son? So we looked at a word quién. Quién, if you take away the es, right? Quién, Q-U-I-E-N, means who. Who are? Who are they? All right? ¿Quiénes son? ¿Quiénes is the plural version because you have the s at the end. You don't need to know that now, but I'm giving you a preview of the grammar. So, ¿quiénes? Who? Who are they? Let's see. We have 3 vocabulary words. So, let's practice them. Ready? This one here, la escuela, is the word for school. All right. The second word, escuela, is the word for school. So let's practice. Ready? Escuela. Escuela. That means school. Okay. Now notice again, a at the end. So what gender, pausing point, what gender is school in Spanish? It should be female because it ends in an A, all right? Yes, even objects and things have a gender in Spanish. How do you know that if it's male or female? Look at the last letter, all right? Or the last 2 letters. Look at this one. The word here is alumno, alumno. They put an S at the end. Why do you think that is? Try to see if you can figure out what this word means first. The word alumno comes from the word alumni. If you know what the word alumni means, then you should get a pretty good idea about what this word is. Alumni is a word that's used in college when you have students that used to go to that school. So the word alumno in Spanish comes from that word and it means students. You might have heard me use that word in the past when I say buenos días alumnos, ¿cómo están? Alumnos means students. Now, here's where I'm going to explain something quick. When you have a group of both boys and girls, you're going to automatically go, because you're probably thinking to yourself, what gender is the group? Are they male or female? What if you have a mixed group? Well, the rule goes like this. If you have boys and girls, you automatically go to the male ending. So that's why students is a male ending. If I only had girls here, if it was only these 2 girls, all right, and these 2 boys were not in the picture, then it would be las alumnas. So repeat after me. Las alumnas, the students. And they're girl students because it's only girls. If it was only boys, los alumnos. And if it's a mixed group, you have to make a choice. Male or female, always go with the male. Now, why that is, I don't know why. All right. Spanish is a really old language, so it's kind of hard to change the those rules now. But just so you know, Spanish, lots of genders, males and females for everything, objects, people. Okay. So los alumnos, mixed group or males, las alumnas, females. Okay, and they're students. Escuela, school. This is a conversation I would like you to have for you can do it to yourself really. This one is asking who are the friends? ¿Quiénes son amigos? Who are friends? Los alumnos. The students are friends. Okay? ¿Quiénes son amigos? Los alumnos. Let me read to you this little paragraph. Los alumnos son mexicanos. The students are Mexican. Son alumnos en una escuela secundaria. You don't need to know this part right here, but basically they are students in a secondary school, basically a middle school, all right? Son alumnos en la misma escuela. They're students in the same school. They're from the same school. Ellos son amigos también. Ellos son amigos también. So they're friends as well. And let's see, it's así se dice. When you want to get someone's attention, you can say oye. So let's practice that. Ready? When you want to get someone's attention, a friend, a family member, it's informal. All right. So remember, you want to use this with like friends and stuff. You can say oye. All right. Don't worry about this bottom part, but say oye. Oye. That means listen. So you can say somebody like, you could tell someone like, hey, oye. Hey, listen. I got something to tell you. Oye. All right. Just some little something. There's another one we're gonna do in chapter 2. It's called mira. It means look. All right. Actually, chapter 3, but we're not gonna get to that yet. You can say oye if you're trying to get somebody's attention. So these two boys are greeting each other. This guy over here says mucho gusto, Ricardo. That means what a pleasure to meet you, Ricardo. All right. Mucho gusto means lots of pleasure or a pleasure. All right. Ricardo. Ricardo es un alumno nuevo. Nuevo means new, so he's a new student. All right, more vocabulary. Here we go. What do you notice about the students here? They're in a school. They seem to be paying attention. They seem to be in a good mood. Now, take a look at the word, and this is a cognate. If you remember, cognates have similar meanings to the words because they look similar to a word in English. So, take a look at the word. What does this word look like? Does it seem familiar to a word in English? Pausing point. Go. If you thought of the word ambitious, that is correct. This is the word for ambitious. Now, I'm going to cover with my little mouse the S at the end. Let's practice saying it in singular, all right? We have one male student that is ambitious. So we're going to say ambicioso, ambicioso, ambicioso. And now if we have two students, they're both male, right? Notice the ending. They're ambiciosos, ambiciosos. And it means ambitious. Now the opposite of being ambitious is what these guys are showing here. Now in school, I would be making fun of you guys because sometimes you guys look like you're like this in school. Like you're like, I just woke up, Mr. Perez, what's going on? But how can we label these guys? They're bored. They don't want to do anything. They are, this one's not a cognate. They're lazy. All right. So you have the word ambitious and you have the word lazy. Okay. Now let's practice saying this one. Ready? Perezoso. I'm going to cover the ending. Perezoso. Perezoso. It means lazy. Now, since we have two students, perezosos. Okay. Lazy. Ambiciosos. Perezosos. If they were girls, ambiciosas, perezosas, with the AS ending. All right. So these are opposites of one another. Vocab words. Make sure you have them. Let's move on. Now, we're going to talk about some things in the classroom. Now, let me read the paragraph first. It says, Es la clase de español. Spanish class. Los alumnos son inteligentes. The students are, this is another cognate, intelligent. Very good. Son alumnos, son muy buenos. They're very good. No son malos. They're not bad. Son ambiciosos. What are they? They are ambitious. No son perezosos. They are not lazy. Okay. So here we have a class. This is the who? And you might have seen me and for those of you that were wondering why I kept putting this word in the emails and stuff, now you will know. Okay? It's not because I think I'm a professor. The word for teacher in Spanish, we use the word for professor. Kind of like back here, the word alumni is usually used in college, but we use it as a way to say student. Okay? The same thing happens with the word for teacher. The word that we use for teacher is professor. Okay? But in Spanish, you say profesor. Okay? In an elementary school, in a middle school, in a high school. And then when you get to university, I guess it stays the same as far as I know. It either stays profesor or, just Miss Señor, Señora. So, profesor means teacher, all right? Male teacher, so it's OR. If it was a female teacher, profesora, with the A at the end, okay? Profesor, el profesor, the teacher. Now here it says, let me see. I'm going to break it down. There's three words. You have a and this is the descriptive word, grande, and then clase. Clase looks like the word class, right? So it's talking about the class. Is the class small or is the class big? If you said the class was big, well, kind of. Not really, but yes, it's supposed to be a big class. Take a look at this word. Where have you seen this word before? I'm going to say it in Spanish. You might have heard it more than seen it. Ready? Grande. Let me put a little American accent on it. Ready? Grande. The way you want to say that one is actually grande. Ready? Grande. Una clase grande. It's a big class. All right. So the word grande means big. Were you thinking of Ariana Grande? If you were, that's what her last name means. It means big. Okay? Let's keep going. La profesora. Here we go. So instead of it being with the O R ending for the male, now we have a female teacher. So it's la profesora. Repeat after me. Ready? La profesora. Very good. And this was a big class. This is going to be what kind of class? A small class. So una clase, a class that is pequeña. Pequeña. Let's practice these two. Ready? Grande means big, and then pequeña means small. Now, quick little thing for you to know. Pequeña ends in what letter? A. The word class is actually female. Now, you don't know that yet. We'll get back into it, but I just wanted to show you that it's pequeña because they're talking about the class. Okay? The class, the word for class is a feminine word. That's why it's pequeña. If I said, for example, el alumno, right? If I wanted to say the boy is small, el alumno pequeño with the O at the end, because alumno is the subject and it's male. We'll get back into that, all right? As of right now, grande, big, pequeño or pequeña, small. Profesora and profesor, teacher. Let's read it. Es una clase interesante. It's an interesting class. No es aburrida. It's not boring. El curso es bastante difícil o duro. The course is pretty hard, and these are two ways to say hard, okay? Duro or difícil. And no es fácil. It's not an easy class. All right. Now, it also talks about cognates. They're words that when you look at them, they're similar. It means the same in two or more languages. It does say be careful, which is true. Be really careful because sometimes they look alike and they're completely different. But for the most part, they're going to be the same. So take a look at this list. You can pause it. You can do a mini challenge for yourself. See how many of these you can figure out. All right. So you can pause the video. All right. I'll go through them really quick. Spanish class. This is supposed to be Spanish, English, French, science, social studies, history, math, music, art, and physical education. PE. Okay? Or gym. All right. That was the end of today's lesson. You have this word right here. Only this word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that one. 6, 7, about 8 words. Okay. Hopefully you took down your notes with them. Please study them for tomorrow's formative assessment. All right. So that should be the end of the video. Today's video is going to be maybe a little bit longer because I want to show you another video that I cannot post as an assignment. Like I can't post it for you to see it separately. So I'm just going to have you watch it right now. Okay. Yay. Well, I hope you were able to watch that video at the end. I'm going to check on the video. But that was just to show you the vocabulary in action. Basically, it's for you to hear the vocabulary used in conversation and in a video with pictures. Okay? All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's lesson. Please look, if you have any questions, reach out to me during my office hours. And that's all. Que tengan buen día y nos vemos mañana. Hasta luego, muchachos.